It's time for the news break from thefishingwire.com, where we bring you the top stories from the fishing industry every week. This week, the maker of the iconic rattle trap, Bill Lewis, is making noise again with the new mini hammer crankbait. It's small but mighty, delivering big action for cold weather fishing. Next up, Duckett Fishing expands the cutting-edge Sway Minnow lineup with new colors and sizes. Designed for forward-facing sonar anglers, these updates promise unmatched precision and versatility. But it's not all good news. NOAA Fisheries is proposing harsh closures on South Atlantic red snapper fishing despite record high populations. Will angler advocates push back? And finally, huge news from California, and I mean huge, 448 pounds huge. An angler aboard the long-range sport fishing vessel, the Excel, might have shattered the world record with a 448-pound yellowfin tuna hooked and hauled in with the legendary Okuma Makira reel. Could this epic catch rewrite the record books? Stay tuned for all the details, and don't forget to visit thefishingwire.com for daily updates. Nobody does lipless crankbaits like Bill Lewis, maker of the original rattle trap. This vaunted lure maker has introduced a downsized brother to the popular hammer trap, the brand new mini hammer. And they say it punches way above its weight class. The 3/16 ounce offering delivers an unmatched hammering action designed to drive fish crazy. A company spokesperson says pound for pound, the mini hammer is the toughest lipless crankbait around. The wide profile of the head puts out heavy vibrations from a very compact body, which is the perfect balance between size and action. And it's a great time for Bill Lewis to roll the new mini hammer out just in time for cold weather fishing. It comes in 16 colors and retails for $6.99 to $8.99, depending on the size. Now, it debuted back in July with the promise of representing the future of forward-facing sonar fishing. And the Duckett Fishing Sway Minnow is already being expanded with new colorways in the popular Sway Minnow and expanded Sway head hook sizes. The Sway Minnow, known for its lifelike movement and powerful action, now comes in two new colors, electric shad and sexy shad. These new shades add variety to the Sway Minnow lineup, offering anglers new ways to match local forage and conditions for better results. And since this is designed as a true system approach to targeting fish using forward-facing sonar, the Sway Head series has expanded as well and now has new 2/0 hook sizes in 1/8, 3/16, and 1/4 ounce weights. These additional sizes provide the balance and control required for finesse and subtle presentations, making them ideal for a wider range of fishing conditions. Duckett Fishing says that with these new options, anglers can fine-tune their setups for maximum effectiveness on the water. The drumbeat that some anglers may be hearing in the South Atlantic isn't their imagination. It's the sound of NOAA Fisheries' relentless approach to slam the door on their fishing access. And both the Coastal Conservation Association and the American Sport Fishing Association oppose these efforts. The CCA says that NOAA Fisheries, using the red snapper fishery as a stalking horse and preparing to take the highly unusual step of a secretarial amendment to impose draconian fishing closures on anglers, is just not right. Measures that not even the South Atlantic Fishery Management Council think are necessary or warranted, given what is known about the fishery. Now, a secretarial amendment is an amendment to a fishery management plan that is prepared by NOAA Fisheries on behalf of the Secretary of Commerce. The CCA says NOAA is taking the step to circumvent the South Atlantic Fishery Management Council. And what is known about the fishery is that this is now perhaps the largest population of South Atlantic red snapper ever seen under management. It has been a remarkable recovery since 2011, when the first ever contemporary stock assessment conducted on the species revealed that it was severely overfished and undergoing overfishing. Since then, red snapper seasons have been virtually non-existent in the South Atlantic, and the fishery has come roaring back. The Coastal Conservation opposes this proposed closing and calls it a paper crisis. The American Sport Fishing Association, which is yours and my advocate in Washington, D.C., has submitted a letter to the NOAA objecting to the proposed closure, saying, South Atlantic red snapper have rebounded so much that scientists and fishermen both agree the stock is at record abundance and biomass, and there are now more red snapper in the South Atlantic today than any living person has ever seen. And they also suggested that the focus of any future red snapper rulemaking should, number one, be based on credible science, and two, increase harvest levels and fishing opportunities commensurate with stock improvements rather than restrictive measures to end overfishing that harm fishermen and the recreational industry. Now, there's big news on the West Coast as angler Earl Gill III may have made history aboard the long-range sport fishing vessel, the Excel, landing a massive 448-pound yellowfin tuna during a 10-day trip out of San Diego. If confirmed by the IGFA, the International Game Fishing Association, this catch could surpass the current world record of 427 pounds. Gill relied on Okuma's Makira 20 two-speed lever drag reel. Listen, it would be great to have a two-speed lever drag reel on trying to crank that big boy out of the water. He had a 100-pound test line to battle this giant tuna for hours, including using a shoulder harness to endure the fight. The Makira Black, Okuma's flagship reel, proved its legendary toughness during the showdown. The fishing community eagerly awaits the IGFA certified weigh-in to see if history is made. That's the news from the fishing business for this week. Come on over to thefishingwire.com, where we bring you the fishing news every day of the week.